Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Slab for Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. I'm your host, Nate, and I'm here with your sports card rundown. If you like this video, please click the like and the subscribe button. Helps us get this out to more card collectors like yourselves. All right, first up today is Who's Hot? And Ivica Zubats had probably one of the more impressive games I think I've ever seen from a guy that I did not expect it from. So Ivica plays for the Clippers. He's 25-year-old Croatian center. And, you probably, if you follow the NBA, you've heard his name, but doesn't do a ton on the Clippers. Well, the other day, he had a 31-point, 29 rebound, 3 assists, and 3 block game against the Pacers. 31 points and 29 rebounds is insane. Adding 3 assists and 3 blocks is just the cherry on top. And there's a tweet that went out, and you can see it on the screen here. The only player to ever do that in a game, that stat line or better, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And it just goes to show you that even in today's market, you can still make money on little guys like this if they have one good game. And case in point, this gold standard rookie patch auto numbered to 199 from 2016 gold standard. Well, the Zubats here sold for $20 on the 28th of November. You could have bought that same card for $7 on the 18th of October. So just a month and 10 days later, you're almost tripling up in price. Now, it's not huge money, I know, but if you piece together a bunch of $7 purchases into $20, it adds up in the long run. So if you're balling on a budget, look for guys like this that can have one dominant game and you can triple your profits. Last week, I asked you guys what was a legend because, again, Aaron and I had a disagreement on a certain player being a legend for Chelsea or not. I said he didn't play enough seasons, he didn't play enough years, and I asked for your guys' input, and lo and behold, you guys gave it, and I appreciate that. A number of comments here. We'll start with the guys that sort of agree with Aaron. And so there was Garrett Manasian. Garrett Manasian, if I'm saying that right. I could be butchering your last name. A legend is someone who goes on a historical run with a team by putting the team on their back. For example, Albert Pujols and David Freese are both legends in two different ways. And so I get that. You put the team on your back like David Freese did in, I believe, the 2011 World Series. That tripled in the ninth inning and walk-off home run in the extras against the Rangers. Don't quote me on that. It's a long time ago since that happened. But David Freese became a Cardinals legend there. Of course, Albert Pujols is a Cardinals legend for many different reasons. MVPs, World Series championships, home runs, hitting 700 as a Cardinal, yada, yada, yada. But I can understand that. But again, I think my point would be if we're both calling Albert Pujols and David Freese legends, it kind of dumbs down what Albert Pujols meant to the organization because those are very two different legends. But I get the point, Garrett. I get the point, and he does definitely agree with Aaron. SP123 said Kawhi is a legend in Toronto. And, I understand that too. You come back one year, get traded 1 year in, you win a championship, you leave, but that team always has the championship, and therefore you will always be remembered fondly no matter what because you won a championship in Toronto. Now, that being said, Kawhi was the best player on his team. I don't know if Toronto had any championships before that. So there is a rare instance where you could play one season and become a legend all time for what he did in Toronto. So point for Aaron there, definitely, and a point for SP123. On the other end of the spectrum, you've got Ken Caballon or Caballon. I'm not 100% sure, but he says, no chance Giroux is a Chelsea legend. I don't even think he scored 20 goals and or 100 caps for the club. When I think Chelsea legend, players like Zola, Terry, Lampard, or Droba come to mind. So he is in disagreement, and I can't comment on any of those guys one way or the other, but I can comment and say, Ken, I agree with you. And then Mike Brown says, I think nowadays the term legend seems a bit watered down. I wouldn't know how to define legend myself, but true ain't it, Aaron. Sorry. And so that left Mike's for last because that is what I was trying to get to, was that if everyone's a legend, then we need another name. But I do appreciate that you guys sent in your thoughts and your uh, shared them with us so that we could all figure out what a legend is together. I don't know if we're any closer, but I appreciate it, and I appreciate anybody that comments on any of these posts. And please, if you have thoughts, anything like that, please put them on the YouTube comment section. And who knows, you might get brought up in the next Daily Slab. All right, our trender for today is Cody Bellinger. So Cody Bellinger is an enigma. At 21, he wins the Rookie of the Year for the NL. At 23, he wins the MVP for the NL. At 27, with 1 year left of team control, he gets released rather than the Dodgers pay $18 million for his services. If you would have told me at any point that there was a guy that could win an Rookie of the Year at 21 and an MVP at 23, and he wouldn't even finish out his 6 seasons or 7 seasons, depending on when he got called up, of team control, I would not have believed you. Never in a million years. Now, Cody Bellinger has not been good the last couple of years. Sub 700 OPS 2 years in a row. So he has been bad. No doubt about that. But it's still a shocking thing to watch when somebody this good, this young, becomes not as good a little bit older, especially a guy entering his prime. 27, 28, 29, 30. Supposed to be your prime when you're hitting your stride, when you're hitting 40 home runs a year if you hit 30 in your early 20s. Not what he's doing right now. And it is a warning sign for guys like Juan Soto and Ronald Acuna and guys like that. You know, sometimes if you start off really young, really good, you don't always turn into Alex Rodriguez and Ken Griffey Jr. sometimes. And I'm going to use Andrew Jones as an example of what you could turn into. Even though Andrew Jones is really good, he's not in the Hall of Fame, right? And so, you know, there's 2 different levels here, and so there is some concern. There is some concern with the other guys if a guy like Cody Bellinger can have this happen to him. But I am curious to see where he goes next. I'm hoping that a fresh start with a new team with no shift, because the shift is banned next year, might elevate him a little bit, especially getting out of LA and just getting away from everything that's been bad the last couple of years. You'd be surprised what that does for guys and what it does for them mentally. So maybe he can get into maybe a smaller park in a better situation with less media and all that stuff and less hoopla around him and do really well. But as for his cards, it hasn't been pretty. His 2017 Topps Update rookie PSA 10, the swinging one, is down to, the trender says $18, but the new one is $15. This trender was from a couple emails ago. $15 is what it's down to. It's an 89% drop in 2 years. And the height of it got all the way up to $265 a card. Now it's chilling at $15. That's a $250 loss on a $265 card. That's not good, but the lower it goes, I mean, how far can this really bottom out? He is an MVP, a former MVP after all. So I'm curious to see what he can do. I'm hoping he signs with a good team that can get him figured out and put LA behind him. Lastly, everyone, USA and Iran play today. Should be a huge game, and Aaron is breaking World Cup Prism Soccer on Whatnot. So if you want to go check that out, go to the SlabStox Whatnot page, save the stream, and you'll be able to join in that while USA and Iran are playing. Should be a really good game. If USA wins, they move on to the round of 16. So a lot riding on this game, a lot riding on this match for the USA squad. Here's to hoping that they can pull it out and move on. Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's Daily Slab, and I will talk to you guys all tomorrow on Wednesday for the next Daily Slab. See you, everyone.